So this video is all about giving you a walkthrough on how to effectively teach Reach Higher. This book is a popular choice for intermediate to advanced learners who are usually from the ages 7 until 12 years old because it allows them to learn new vocabulary, sentence patterns, pronunciation, with the topics revolving on wildlife, on general knowledge, on different habitats, and random things about the world. So basically, the experience is like both the teacher and the student learn something interesting in class. So the goal of this video is to give you guys a walkthrough on how to effectively teach Reach Higher to these learners and make sure that the lesson will be interesting, relatable, and fun. So, if you're interested, please continue watching. And to those of you who are new here, I'd appreciate it if you would give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, Teacher Karen, for more tips on how to become a better ESL teacher. Tip number one, you have to assess their current understanding of new vocabulary that you're going to be sharing in class by eliciting a response. So, what do we mean by this? Say for example you're introducing the concept of rainforest, just like what I'm going to be showing on the video clip. You have to check with the student, their present level of understanding about rainforests. You could ask them questions about it, like, what do you know about rainforests, or what animals do you think live in rainforests? Because by doing so, you'd be able to identify your focus areas when you are teaching them. You'd be able to understand their present level, and that will give you an idea what kind of questions you should be asking them, or which topics you should be focusing on. And basically, the overall goal is to maximize what they're going to be learning from your class. Right? And talk more about rainforests. What animal do you think lives in rainforests? What's a rainforest, Leah?
Rainforest is giant trees and uh, it's like a forest.
That's right. A rainforest is a forest with lots of green trees. And the reason why it's called
And
rainforest is,
there are many rings.
yes, exactly. The plants need lots of rain to survive, Leah, because without rain, these trees and plants will die. Okay? That's why they're called rainforests. They need lots of
So
rain.
there is so many trees.
Right, that's correct. How does camouflage help them to survive? Can you tell me how? How do they survive using camouflage?
They hide
Pardon?
in plants.
So they are
And
able to
cover
hide.
the leaf.
That's right. They're able to hide and protect themselves. Tip number two, you gotta share real life examples through Google Images or realia. Realia are like, everyday objects. Say, for example, this figurine that I have here showing three bears and a baby bear. Maybe I could show this if I'm teaching them about cubs being babies of bears. Maybe I could also share this when I am sharing more about habitat, like the habitat of these bears would be forests or the wildlife and so on. But basically, my point here is you have to use available resources, may it be digital through Google Images or physical resources, to promote understanding on the students' end. Because, teacher, the challenging part here is this is still ESL. Their first language is not English, and you're basically teaching them comprehension of these topics using their first language and their second language, which is English. So, as much as possible, I would encourage using these resources just to be able to ensure that your students would be able to really grasp the concepts that you are teaching them. Orangutans, the way orangutans look
Have
is
have
similar to people.
here.
No, no, no. This orangutan has fringe like you. She has a fringe, you see? Do you see her fringe?
Mm,
Huh? She has a fringe too. So these are rainforest animals. Now, uh, brown bears are called grizzly bears. Grizzly. You see it? They're called grizzly bears.
yes.
They're very strong
Do they
animals,
eat
scary
us?
bears. Yes, they will. If they see a person, they might eat a person because they eat meat. They eat meat. So they're dangerous animals, right? So they're called a grizzly bear. A grizzly bear. Which kind of bear do you like the most, Leah? Polar bears, panda, grizzly bears, or black bears? Tip number three, you have to relate the topic to the student. Even though you're teaching wildlife, you're teaching about polar bears or let's say parts of an animal body, you have to figure out a way on how to make this topic relatable to the student. Say, for example, you are teaching about gills of fish and fur of dogs and cats. You could relate that to what we people have, which is skin. You have to make the student understand that, okay, skin corresponds to people like you and I, as to fur corresponds to cats, dogs, lions, bears, and so on. And gills and scales refer to fish. So that way, you'd be able to, allow their mind to really do the wondering and the relating to their present knowledge, because that is what's really important. If you want to make sure that your students really get to understand these concepts that you're teaching, it has to be relatable. They should be able to have like a firsthand experience to connect with